Welcome back to the channel. In this video we are going to look at the real reason why Big Show left WWE for AEW. The backstage details on Drew McIntyre's status after losing the WWE Championship. Randy Orton segment criticized after WWE RAW and more. Be sure to like and subscribe for more wrestling content. Former WWE writer Vince Russo spoke on SK Wrestling's Writing with Russo. The veteran talked about Paul Heyman and his role with Roman Reigns on SmackDown. Russo pointed out that the only reason Heyman has been paired with Reigns is to act like a bridge for a storyline with Brock Lesnar upon his return. Bro, there is absolutely no need whatsoever for Paul Heyman. Nothing? Bro, the only reason he's there is because that's gonna be the bridge to Brock, but they're not doing anything with it, bro. Vince Russo was unhappy at the way WWE has played out the story and feels that Heyman has overstayed his welcome with the Tribal Chief and WWE needs to pull the trigger with a Lesnar vs Reigns storyline already. Heyman has not done anything to advance the Reigns character. He's only there as the bridge to Brock. Well, bro, if he's there as the bridge to Brock, can we start laying that foundation? With Roman Reigns facing Edge at WrestleMania 37, it is clear that the rivalry between Reigns-Lesnar is not going to be restarted anytime soon. There is also no word yet on the exact timeline of Brock Lesnar's return. Randy Orton segment criticized after WWE RAW. Former WWE writer Vince Russo did not enjoy this week's backstage segment with Randy Orton on WWE RAW. Randy Orton has been feuding with Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss over the last 3 months. During a backstage interview this week, the 14-time WWE World Champion vomited black liquid after watching a cryptic video of Bliss. Russo, who worked as WWE's head writer in the late 1990s, spoke to Dr. Chris Featherstone on SK Wrestling's Legion of Raw. He said WWE writers are afraid to question WWE Chairman Vince McMahon, which is why segments such as Randy Orton's end up appearing on television. Everybody goes along with it and nobody says, wait a minute, that's ridiculous. That's absurd. This is 2021. Bro, at some point it's got to stop. It's got to stop. He also discussed several matches that could happen at WrestleMania 37. Vince Russo questioned why someone of Randy Orton's caliber agreed to participate in the WWE RAW segment in the first place. Bro, why is Orton agreeing to do this? Why isn't Orton saying, that is the stupidest okay, so I drank a bottle of ink? Why am I coughing up ink? Actually, what's going on in my insides that I am now coughing up ink? According to WrestleVotes, Bray Wyatt vs Randy Orton is currently being planned for WrestleMania 37. The event will take place at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida on April 10 to 11. Drew McIntyre lost the WWE Championship to The Miz at Elimination Chamber. After outlasting 5 other men inside the Elimination Chamber, the Scottish Warrior was brutally assaulted by Bobby Lashley, following which The Miz decided to cash in his MITB contract to become a 2-time WWE Champion. Drew McIntyre was not seen this week on RAW, and Bobby Lashley was named the #1 contender for The Miz's WWE Championship. As per PW Insider, via CSS, McIntyre was present backstage on RAW, but WWE decided to not use him for television. This could mean that WWE wanted to sell his injuries at the hand of Bobby Lashley before McIntyre finally makes his triumphant return. Per PW Insider, Drew McIntyre was backstage at Monday Night Raw. The decision was just made not to use him this week. Bobby Lashley will be facing The Miz for the WWE Championship on Raw next week. Drew McIntyre may return next week to either cost Lashley the match or stare him down after the Almighty wins. As per reports, the current plan is for Lashley to be involved in the WWE title picture at WrestleMania, while there are no such plans for current WWE Champion, The Miz. It is also stated that The Miz is merely a transitional champion. Speculations are high whether Bobby Lashley will head into WrestleMania 37 as the WWE Champion, or if it will be Drew McIntyre who will regain the title. Whoever enters as the champion, Lashley vs McIntyre, looks to be the match that will be taking place at the grandest stage of them all this year. Do you think Drew McIntyre will return next week? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Paul White reportedly decided to join AEW after he was unable to come to financial terms with WWE over a new deal. According to PW Insider's Mike Johnson, Paul White's WWE contract expired shortly after the Legends Night episode of WWE RAW on January 4, 2021. One source reportedly said that he was very open that night about his unhappiness in WWE. AEW announced on Wednesday that Paul White has signed a long-term deal with the company. He will work as an in-ring competitor and as a commentator on new AEW show AEW Dark Elevation. Paul White's last WWE match as Big Show took place on the July 20, 2020 episode of WWE Raw against Randy Orton. The unsanctioned match lasted 14 minutes, with Orton picking up the victory. AEW CEO Tony Khan said Paul White joined AEW because he believes it is the best promotion in wrestling. He confirmed that the wrestling legend will also work as a host and ambassador, as well as a wrestler and commentator. Paul White said it has been amazing to witness AEW's growth over the last 2 years. He added that AEW Dark is an incredible platform to hone the skills of up-and-coming wrestlers.